Hey, it's Matt with your A1 Minute Week in Virginia. Activist groups urge Montgomery County leaders this week to limit cooperation with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, citing recent surge of federal agents in Minneapolis that resulted in the deaths of 2 U.S. citizens. Members of the New River Valley Indivisible, Communities Not Cages, and allied groups delivered petitions to the county board and the Blacksburg and Christiansburg town councils, calling for legislation to curb what they described as federal overreach. And 12,000 is the number of Virginians who made visits to the emergency room or an urgent care clinic for fall-related injuries in the span of 7 days due to slipping on ice following the recent snowstorm. In Central Virginia, where most of the injuries occurred, injuries caused by falls nearly quadrupled the normal rate. And a new statewide initiative will see historical markers placed at or near sites where lynchings occurred in Virginia. The Department of Historic Resources is launching the project following a budget amendment passed by the General Assembly and signed by Governor Youngkin in 2025. The state has set aside some $76,000 to support research into lynchings that took place in Virginia from 1607 to present day. Officials estimate the funding will support the creation of about 15 new historical highway markers. And data centers would have to meet a new environmental and energy standards to remain eligible for state sales tax exemption on their equipment under legislation that passed a House of Delegates committee last week. The legislation would require data center operators to meet new standards for pollution controls, energy efficiency, and sources of electricity that don't emit carbon dioxide into the Earth's atmosphere in order to qualify for a tax exemption. And Maxine Neumoff of the United States made an emotional debut at the Winter Olympics this week. Neumoff's parents were both former world champion figure skaters and were among the 67 killed when American Airlines Flight 5342 crashed into a military helicopter on approach to Ronald Reagan National Airport in January of 2025. That's it for this week's A1 Minute Week in Virginia. Make sure you pick up a copy of Sunday's paper for a more detailed recap of news from across the state.